You're watching the Grace and Andrew Yang show tonight. I am here on air with fabled Chicago poet Thax Machine Douglas.
Where are you, Starry? Shilah.
I just came from the salon, getting my hair done. As you can see, I sent you a photo in case you didn't see the memo.
I did see the photo. I was so stunned. I couldn't believe it was really you. But right now, all I'm seeing is orange.
Well, orange is the new black.
Okay, okay.
Okay. But anyway, I shelled out $1,500 for this hairdo, so it better look gorgeous.
Wow, I hope that's tax deductible.
Your guess is as good as mine, but speaking of which, every time I see you, you just look worse and worse. Thanks. I mean, in the recent episodes, your father's house looks uh, dusty as hell. Okay, I mean, my editors have had to adjust the lighting and stuff to even make you look presentable. And now it looks like you went and painted a layer of manure over your camera. I know you're almost 92, but like, did you ever think about wearing some adult diapers?
Are you finished?
No.
Wow. Jealousy is a cruel mistress.
The only person that's jealous around here is you, Fax, because I ain't jealous of anybody.
Tell that to the cat.
What cat? You're a man, Fax. You don't have a cat. So, what about those adult diapers? Are we gonna, wear them? Did you think about it?
Definitely not. It's creepy.
How?
Well, it limits my freedom. Freedom's important to me.
Yeah, but I mean, you have way too much freedom, if you know what I mean.
You can never be too free or too thin.
Is that some sort of life quote?
Yeah, it's I hope it'll help you in your hour of need.
I don't need help, okay? You are the one who needs help. That's why we're here, and you're on my show tonight.
I appreciate it.
Now, out
My
to you, Fax Machine Douglas. I remember when you first told me that you achieved some notoriety in the Chicago music rock scene, introducing bands for a living and engaging in bar hopping poetry, reading when, according to Wikipedia, you were described as, quote, a tall, heavy-set man with long white beard and a battered overcoat. So, were you always dirt poor and unfashionable your entire life?
lies. My overcoat was never battered.
That's what it says in clear text
I
in
I was
Wikipedia.
kinder to that overcoat than I was to my own children.
Oh, since when did you have kids?
Well, if I did.
Oh,
When I had a goat, I had kids.
did anybody ever say that you'd look like a goat?
Uh, yeah, I took it as a compliment because goats are known for their wisdom.
Oh, that's right. But in your case, that's a little bit of a stretch. So, Fax,
Are you finished?
looking back at your exhausting life of over 90 decades, do you think that you've achieved anything noteworthy at all?
Uh, of course.
Like what?
I've done many things for the good of humanity.
Like what?
I have I've never killed many people at once. I'm very proud of that.
If I remember
If
correctly,
everyone did that, we wouldn't have any problems.
a few episodes ago, I think you said that you, at one point of your life, thought about being friends with convicted serial killer Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer.
See, he's noteworthy, isn't he?
Yeah, but you said that you were doing things for the good of humanity, and I don't really think that being his friend would count. Facts.
Somebody had to do it.
Facts. Do you think that your parents, if they were here, are proud of you and what you've done with your life?
I'm sure they're looking down from heaven.
And how are you so sure?
Because the Bible tells me so.
Um, so you're saying, Facts, that both your parents are no longer here, huh?
Uh, no, they're in that great graveyard in the sky.
Because if my reporters have been telling me that you apparently still live with your father, who is 118 years old. Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
So then he's still alive.
Yeah, technically, yes.
So speaking of which, I recall that you told my reporters that at 92 years of age, on the verge of 93, you are still freeloading or residing with your dearest 118-year-old father in his ancient house. So, do you reside in the main floor of the house, or do you have your own room in the basement?
Uh, I live by the furnace in the basement.
Ah, because every time I see you, Fax, you are broadcasting from your ashy little couch in the living room, I presume. So it just made me wonder if you even have your own bedroom.
Well, that's kind of personal. I don't feel comfortable answering that.
Answering what?
It's none of your business.
I'm sorry, dear. I thought that you wanted to speak in the name of your beloved parents, but you know what? I completely understand. Some people turn out to be rotten eggs and don't wish to dishonor their parents any more than they already have. So, Facts, when your father departs, because, he is up there in terms of age, where are you going to live?
Um,
Like, do you have any nursing homes in your mind?
well, I've always relied on the kindness of strangers.
And how is that working out for you?
Uh, well, some are stranger than others.
Ain't that the truth? And speaking about kindness from society, Thax, you spent the better part of last 20 or more years trying to make it big as a classic American poet. Is that correct?
No, not at all. I was a very well paid, high priced lawyer.
Um, According to reports, you spent almost all those years out in Chicago. Uh, you know, jumping around from bar to bar, reading poetry. It ain't saying anything about you being a lawyer.
Well, of course, my enemies in the law field are going to spread malicious lies about me.
Just like the one that you're trying to put out right now.
Yeah, see, exactly. You
Yes,
know a lie when you hear it.
I do, and that's why I'm calling you out for that right now. Thanks.
Well, I guess I'll see you in court.
If you can get your behind over to Antarctica, then we'll talk terms. But until then, I think you better sit down.
Okay, okay. Who's president of Antarctica anyway?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, apolitical, eh?
Yes, just like, what I am. I don't go by no politics, okay? I just go by whatever makes sense to me.
If it works for you, it
So,
works for me.
knowing how things have went down the past few decades, are you going to keep going for it and trying to achieve your dreams, or are you going to hang up the curtains, so to speak?
No, you have to keep reaching for the golden ring
Mm-hmm.
until the merry-go-round slows down to a halt.
That's right. And I want you to keep going for it, Fax. And I want people to hear your voice. If we take a look back at, here's a shot of Mr. Fax Machine Douglas from a number of years ago. And here he is panhandling for loose change in the streets of, I assume, Chicago. Fax,
That I was researching a.
I'd like to finish. I'd like to finish.
Okay, go ahead. I'm patient.
Fax, I think it is fair to say that you lost your youth quite quickly, huh? I mean, in some of these shots that we're saying you were probably only 35 years old, and yet you already look like some haggard old geezer. I mean, were the streets of Chicago that rough for you?
No, these are all lies. Just
It's
because so many lawyers are jealous of me, they make up these stories.
So you're saying that these people put up photos of you that aren't even real? Is that what you're saying?
It's so easy to Photoshop these days.
Yeah, but we're talking about your time, and that was an ancient times, Facts. There is no Photoshop in the 20th century.
Well,
Wait, I meant 19th century. I forgot exactly how old you were, but
oh,
yeah.
okay, okay, yeah. Well, there was steampunk, so they'll
Yeah,
count
but
chickens before they're hatched.
listen, I know what you're trying to do. Okay, I see what you're trying to do right now, Fax, and let me tell you that it's okay, to admit that that was how you looked, okay? Not everybody can be as beautiful as I am.
Okay, I'll I'll admit it. You're prettier than I am.
Yeah, and it must have been devastating for you. Frankly, it's no wonder that you've never married and have no descendants at 92 years of age.
Oh,
So,
I don't want to talk about that. It's too painful, Shilah.
I understand. I understand. So, Fax, dear, how does it feel to be single and unwanted at 92?
It feels so horrible. Your viewers are so lucky that they're not me.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, with a face like yours, don't take this the wrong way, but I just don't think that it was ever meant to be for you, honey.
I won't take that the wrong way. I know it was meant. I'll take it in the spirit in which it was meant.
So, Fax, how does it feel to have lived your entire life with that face? It's done you no favors.
I've uh, I've looked in the mirror and asked that question, and the mirror was silent. I So I don't know what to tell you.
I understand, Fax. I understand. Right now, it's hurting to hear the truth, isn't it?
Yes, this is a very dramatic moment.
And I hope again one day when you look in that mirror, you dare that man named Fax looking back. It ain't about going around town acting like a bum, uh, being a social burden.
Those are inspiring words, Shilah Fay.
See, baby, it's Shilah Grace. Get my name right.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that's the least you could do. I mean, your face is already doing the rest, and that's not really much.
Well, I mean, what? It's a face. What do you want? A face is
Well, the
just.
real question here is whether or not your face is a blessed face or a curse.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I'll ask my priest about that.
I'm sorry, you're who?
My priest.
What's that?
Uh, a priest is the follower of the four principles.
That makes no sense, Fax.
It does if you're a priest.
Which I'm not. Okay, and I don't want to know what they do. So,
But you lead your viewers out into the wilderness of ratings.
uh, Fax, is your dementia kicking in? Because you're not making a lick of sense right now.
I'm sorry. No more questions, please.
Well, anyway, going back to the praise thing, since made a deal about that. Do you rely on your praise to get you through your life, or did you rely on him to get you through your hard life?
Yes, I did. I went to confession about once a week, and my priest would confess to me uh, what he did, all of his sins from the previous week. So I lived vicariously through him.
Hmm. So, if that was the case, did it help you?
Well, I'm still here.
Uh, you're still here, but like, are you happy where you're at right now? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, who wouldn't be?
Uh, you?
I'm being
I mean,
interviewed by the by basically Miss Antarctica.
Yeah, that is an honor, and I'm glad that you recognize that facts because, uh, you know, everybody else recognized that, and it wouldn't be so hard to book people.
I've seen you in action with many victims, and uh, you always you always accentuate their victimhood, and I really appreciate that. There's not enough people who do that in this world. Definitely
Yes,
doing a
that's right.
service.
It's called REAL, real. That's what I am. Okay.
I never said you weren't real. Put words in my
Right.
mouth.
So anyway, I guess you probably don't have high expectations for your life, facts.
I just want to make it to 94.
But don't you think that you could go beyond that? Like you could make something of your life before you. No, I mean if you could make something of your life. I mean you've lived this long being a burden. Facts. I mean if you picked yourself up, you could probably turn your life around, even if you did have 1 year left.
Well, look at it this way. If I weren't a burden, you're powerfully affecting me here, but if I wasn't a burden, I wouldn't be on your show. Back when I was
No, that's not true. I mean, I would invite you back here, after you've done something noble, and I'll have everybody in the world know how
Nobo,
noble. Noble. Do you not know that word?
that
What it
Italian.
means? No, it's not.
But the fact is, when I was a high-powered lawyer, you were nowhere to be found. You didn't return my calls. So,
Because you were never a high powered lawyer. I mean, maybe in your wet dreams, but that's not reality.
prove it.
Where's your license? I mean, you say you're a lawyer and you don't have no license, you don't got no papers, you don't got anything to prove
You
it.
don't
So,
know that.
well, show us the goods.
Hey, I don't have to prove
Facts.
anything to you.
See, the moment that you realize that you deserve so much more, you'll never again make a clownery of yourself like this.
If only that were true.
You deserve so much more. Facts. Turn that frown upside down. Don't let the fans come in. Because you have more to give than wasting away digestive novels.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have been wasting away lately.
Yes, that's quite obvious. And that's why I'm trying to help you by letting you come onto this show.
Consider me helped. Thanks a lot.
You're not help, you need help. Facts.
Uh, yeah, it's hard to find good help these days.
So, Facts, you're telling me, because we're going back and forth over here. Uh, are you proud of what you've done and you know, you're happy with everything that you've done with your life and how you've lived, for the past 92 years?
Oh, of course.
Well, if
Nobody else
well if
wanted the job.
speaking of jobs, I don't think you have a job.
Hey, being me is a full-time job, believe me.
That does not pay anything, so I don't think anybody wants your job. Facts.
Well, the economy is slow right now.
But you know what, sweetie? If you're proud of who you are and what you've accomplished, you can go out with your head held high and your chest sticking out and not give a shit what anybody has to say. But at the end of the day, when you on the deathbed and them four walls are closing in on you, you gotta deal with it, Thax. You gotta deal with it.
That's true. I have a way of dealing with it.
So let's talk about one of the few high points of your life, okay?
All right.
Thax, I remember when you reported that some record company down south had signed you or was wanting to sign you to a record deal so that the world may finally hear your voice. At that moment, did you really think it was your big break that you had been waiting all these long years for?
Yes.
How, at that moment, when you knew that a record company had taken interest in your voice, they saw your potential, they wanted to record an album with you, did you really think you were going to be the next Mariah Carey?
It crossed my mind. I figure with a little plastic surgery, why not?
Not just a little, I imagine a lot of plastic surgery in your case.
Well, they were going to pay for it, so I didn't care.
So, dear, can you tell us what went wrong?
It's too painful. I can't talk about it right now, Shilah.
Because, according to the reports, you are an unsigned artist today, and this mythical album of yours never got produced.
Oh, these are hard-hitting questions. You don't pull any punches, but I guess that's your job.
So, what went wrong, dear?
Uh, I don't think the chakras were right.
What?
There wasn't enough instant karma to create
Are
carbonation.
you speaking Sanskrit? Because I don't know what those words mean.
I'm sorry, but your ignorance just makes me laugh,
I,
Shala.
I'm
Someone
ignorant about
so
all the
well
drugs that
known
you're
and
on.
so famous, you can be pretty stupid when you're caught with your hat off.
I'm not wearing a hat, dumbass.
Yeah, why are you being so defensive then? What have you got to
I'm not
hide?
being defensive. I'm being offensive to you right now.
They say the best offense is a good defense.
Are you going to tell people why you're not signed with this record company anymore?
No.
It seems like you're still hurting deeply from this. They were pulling your leg, I assume.
You can assume whatever you want.
Did they even call to let you know that they were dropping you when they did?
Well, no, so they might still be thinking about it. I don't know.
Cause, I mean, any responsible or if they were for real wanting to sign you, they would have communicated with you. Facts, and it would not take them 2 decades to do that sort of thing.
Well, these things take time.
Yeah, but not that long. I mean, you are almost 93, Facts. I mean, put it this way, a lot of people would have been gone by your age.
Not me. I'm going to keep wallowing in the mire.
So, do you still think about this record company and the deal that they allegedly offered you?
No, I've stopped being bitter many years ago.
Hmm. I understand. It's hard to expect an old man to react the way that a young and up and coming singer might imagine they would react under those circumstances. Deep down, you were simply heartbroken, I assume.
Uh, you can see deep into the human heart. You should have been a stethoscope.
I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't hear that because I don't know what kind of tool that is. But
That was a compliment.
yeah, right. So speaking about failed ventures, I heard that you dabbled in some movies in the late 70s. What was that like?
Oh, it was so much fun dabbling. I would recommend it to everyone. Dabble at least twice a day, and that keeps the doctor away.
So, did any of these films that you've dabbled in ever hit the theaters? I mean, did you ever get to walk the red carpet?
I did walk a red carpet, and but it wasn't in a theater.
Ooh, that's harsh, Fax.
And my films hit the side of a theater when the director threw them against the side of the theater in frustration. So yes, it technically did hit one theater.
So, how did it feel for you knowing that overrated posers like Lindsay Lohan, Jennifer Lopez, Adam Sandler, Kirsten Stewart, Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all just
Uh,
jealous.
so like Miley Cyrus, Jaden Smith and Robert Pattinson and other similar posers were able to make it as a level Hollywood stars, while someone with your complexity and artistry languished in the shadows.
Well, you see, because they have to become rich and famous and popular to make up for the fact that they're not me. So I understand.
Yeah. So I bet you have a very low opinion of most of these so-called Hollywood stars.
I figure let them have their time in the sun because they'll be forgotten soon.
Oh,
And then I'll just march out of the shadows and take over.
so you don't admire them at all.
What's to admire?
That's good. That's good to know. Facts. Because if I have one piece of advice I want to give you is admire nobody but yourself.
You definitely embody that symptom.
It's not a symptom. Uh, it's a value. Okay.
I you know, remember you're just one hairstyle away
From what?
from glamour and excitement.
A lot of people want to know when are you gonna audition for The Biggest Loser on TV?
Uh I don't know. They keep asking me, but I want to gain a little more weight first to make it more dramatic.
Yeah, but you don't want to gain it to the point where you can't move, Thax. Because then they're going to have to wheel you to the set.
Yeah, but think how exciting that would be.
I guess, they could also just roll you to the set.
They could or use a crane, but then when I walk out suave and thin, think how dramatic it'll be. People will never forget that as long as people watch television.
So, Fax, do you believe that you have what it takes to be the next biggest loser in America?
Hey, losing's my middle name.
And I want you to be America's next biggest loser. And I want people to see you win for once in your life.
That's a beautiful dream, Shilah.
Yes, let's just call it a dream because the chances of that happening, even with all your right proportions, is quite slim to none.
Well, at least something slim around here.
Yes, and it's not you.
Ah,
But with that, we are way out of time. But I am Shilah Mae Grace, and you are watching the Grace and Andrew Yang comedy show. Goodbye.